Hello everyone, welcome back again. Let's talk about the wireless networks and its security. Okay, we are also going to do the practical for the wireless network and security, like how to put the WPA2 security on your Wi-Fi, as well as Wi-Fi, as well as let's talk about the MAC address filter in our upcoming videos, like how to allow only specific MAC addresses on the wireless networks. So let's talk about the Wi-Fi protocol. If your Wi-Fi does not have any password or encryption, it is totally insecure. Basically, a wireless network provides the convenience but are more vulnerable than the wireless networks because signal travel throughout the air. Let us assume this is your wireless access point. So what will happen? It will broadcast the data to the entire devices in the location. Well, the data will be secured as well as encrypted, but all the devices inside that network having the Wi-Fi module will receive that signal, but they cannot accept because we have some kind of wireless security over here, encryption over there. But the data will be reached to the everyone. So attackers can intercept, crack, or manipulate the wireless network. That is why we have the security. Never open your network. Sometimes what we do, we create the Wi-Fi hotspot or we install the Wi-Fi devices without the password or encryption or without the strong network connectivity. What will happen in that case? Anyone can able to access your network. So what are the risks of open network? Anyone can able to connect. Your data can be intercepted. The man in the middle attack. That is means let us assume this PC is having the wireless module or it may be a laptop. Okay, this is your Wi-Fi devices broadcasting the data to this one. But what will happen? Someone can create the fake access point over here or how the data will be forwarded. First the data will be forwarded to this access point, fake access point, or the attacker, and then the data will be forwarded to the ISP access point. This is how the data can be sniffed, and all the data will be read by this attacker. He can read all the data, he can sniff all the data. This is called man in the middle attack. So never ever open your password or your wireless security. Okay, where these kind of attacks are possible in case of railway station public Wi-Fi, airports, or the cafes. We generally connect the network without any knowledge. So never ever connect these kind of network. These are available over the public areas. Let's talk about the first security protocol of the wireless, that is WEP. So WEP was the first security protocol designed to provide the privacy to the similar wired devices. What happens in case of this WEP? Your access point or your home router or your wireless devices will have, so first of all, the passwords as well as the encryption. But it was very weak. WEP was very weak because it does the RC4 encryption, that was 64-bit or 128-bit keys. And the keys was always static encryption. That means same keys was used for the encryption all time. Encryption algorithm was very weak so that anyone can able to decrypt that. Static keys it was using and easy to crack the freely available tool. That is means you can easily able to crack that with the free tools. That is why if you do remember that earlier the Wi-Fi devices were easily hacked because of this WEP old security. Okay, that was basic security. Possible attack can be there like packet capture. Anyone can sniff your data. Initialization vector attack or the key cracking. Anyone can crack your key. So what Cisco recommends in this matter? Cisco says that never use the WEP encryption or WEP security. Okay, that is known as the wired equivalent privacy. Okay. Now let's talk about the WPA. Well, WPA can be seen in so many devices also nowadays we have option like WPA, WPA2 or WPA3. So nowadays we are using these two. WPA we can't use because there are it may be possible that WPA can be vulnerable. So we don't use the WPA because WPA can be vulnerable to the cyber attacks. Okay. Now let's talk about the feature of WPA. WPA was introduced to replace the WEP basic encryption without requiring the new hardware. Well, it was implemented over the old device. Okay. What it uses the TK-IP encryption. It uses the dynamic keys and better authentication. That it means keys change every time during the encryption. What is the weakness? TK-IP method of encryption was vulnerable. That is means it is not good to use that TK-IP encryption. Dictionary attacks can be possible, and it was weaker than WPA2 because later WPA2 was launched, so WPA was weaker than WPA2. What are the possible attacks in case of WPA? First one is dictionary attack, brute force attack, the weak passphrase attack. What is brute force attack? There are so many tools available over the internet which have the dictionary of having the list of password available. So it may be possible that WPA2 can be cracked easily with the help of that. So what Cisco recommends that if you have WPA or WPA2 or WPA3, so never use the WPA. Okay, always use WPA2 or WPA3. If not available, then you can work with WPA. But there are no devices available. I think all the devices nowadays are updated and having the WPA2 or 3 security. Okay. Now let's talk about the WPA2. Well, these days we are using the WPA2 everywhere. Well, WPA2 is the most widely used wireless security protocol in your access point, in your home router, in your wireless router, in your Meraki, or in your mobile phone, hotspot, in your PC. Everywhere you will see the WPA2. Everywhere the WPA2 available because it does the advanced encryption services AES encryption it uses. It is a type of CCMP protocol. It has strong authentication. What are the advantage? Like it has strong authentic encryption, better confidentiality, and the enterprise support also available. What are the weakness? If you will have the weak password, the WPA2 can be cracked. So never use the weak password. Like sometimes we use the password and win 123. These kind of password never be recommended. Sometimes we use like college name like any random college like A B C D E college name at the rate 123. Never use these kind of password. These can be easily crackable. And the WPA2 is vulnerable to the handshake attack. If passwords are weak, that is means when the passwords will be weak, this is vulnerable. So always use the strong password. Okay. What kind of the possible attack available? First one is dictionary attack. That is means trying the commonly used password have a list like password 123 admin 123 college 123. So never use these kind of password or your name like my name is Ravish and I use a password Ravish at the rate 123. Never use these kind of password. Name at the rate 123 or 0000 because these are vulnerable. Brute force attack have the list of password. Again, it is saying that never use the small use this kind of password actually. Okay, brute force attack having the list of password that are commonly used. So never use that. Okay, handshake capture attack. Attacker can capture the WPA four-way handshake and attempt to recover the password offline. Okay, so never use these kind of password because the only problem with WPA2 is that if the password will be weak, then you can't you can it can be possible that your network can be vulnerable. So it is WPA2. Okay, by mistake I mentioned here WPA. Okay, I will correct that in the documents. Okay. Now let's talk about the WPA3. This is the latest Wi-Fi standard protocol or wireless protocol that are used nowadays. It is using the SAE encryption, that is simultaneous authentication of equal. It is using the strong AES encryption than previous one. It is using the forward secrecy. Okay. What are the advantage? That it has better protection against the brute force attack, more secure authentication, and improved privacy. It is difficult to attack. WPA3 significantly reduces the offline dictionary attacks and handshake attack. Okay, so these kind of attack never can be possible in WPA3. Okay, let's talk about the common wireless attack that are done on every network. First one is wrong access point. Fake access point is stored in the same network, like I have an access point or home router installed in my location that is already used. Okay, having the username like Ravish 123. This is my username, and password may be the same. So what can be done, that attacker will also install the same name of Wi-Fi at the same location like Ravish 123, and without any security and encryption, what we do, we will directly connect this one. What will happen in that case? He can connect. You will be connected to the attacker's Wi-Fi access point, and he can sniff all your data. Next one is evil twin attack, that is fake Wi-Fi hotspot pretending to be legitimate. Well, both of these are same, rogue access point as well as the fake Wi-Fi hotspot. Let's take an example: college Wi-Fi, fake network, college Wi-Fi free. So these kind of name can be seen in your college Wi-Fi. So always go through the college admin that we want to connect to the network and how we can do that. Okay. Even sometimes your college Wi-Fi having some kind of sessions that will log in via your mobile phone. So that kind of security can be implemented in case of colleges or the organization. So what will happen, that in case of evil twin attack, victim connects to the fake networks. Okay. Other attack is deauthentication attack. Like attacker send a fake deauthentication frame, then user disconnect, victim can be reconnected in place of you, and attacker captures the authentication information. Okay. Packet sniffing, capturing the wireless packet. Tools used can be wireless, Wireshark as well as the Kismet. So these are the sniffing tools. Well, these are by default available in case of Kali Linux, and these you can also install in the Windows. Okay. In Linux, it is already available. Another one is MAC address spoofing. Anyone can change its MAC address to bypass the MAC filtering. Okay, jamming attack, flooding the wireless frequency with interference so that Wi-Fi will become unusable. No new data can be forwarded. Okay, crack attack, the reinstallation attack, like WPA2 or attacker manipulate the four-way handshake to decrypt the traffic. So these kind of attack can be possible over here. So in our next video, first of all, we will implement the security, like how to implement WPA2, how to implement the WPA3, and how we can do the MAC address filter on wireless. So that will be the next video, next to next video. Okay. So stay connected till now. Have a nice day, everyone.